In this video, we will be explaining Ortho Simulation. Ortho Simulation is a Medit app that helps with patient consultations by creating orthodontic treatment simulations using the patient's oral scan data. Please be aware that this app is not developed for medical or clinical purposes and should only be used for consultation or communication purposes. You can only run this app when you have both maxilla and mandible scan data. Download the latest version in the app box if you do not already have Ortho Simulation downloaded. Click the Ortho Simulation app located in the upper right corner. Once the app is running, the Assign Data window will pop up. You can easily import files saved to your PC by clicking Import Local Files. Turning on Advanced Rendering in your Ortho Simulation setting will provide a more vivid rendering of scan data. The first stage you will see is Alignment Mode, where you can align the occlusal plane. This step aligns 3D data that has been manually imported and not imported from Medit Link. If you scanned using Medit Link, this step will be skipped automatically. Use the multi-view on the right to move the data around freely. Next is Model Setting. Drag the green ball using your mouse and place it in the maxilla and mandible's midline. If the scan data needs editing, click the trimming tool icon. When you are finished with setting the midline and trimming unnecessary data, click Confirm to move on to the next stage. Next is Simulation Settings. You can create your treatment plan and scenarios at this stage. First, check that the patient's tooth information has been correctly assigned. Make any changes necessary. Click on the tooth number if you want to make any changes to it. Also, if you want to manually change the automatically selected area, click Edit to make changes. If you want to include an implant prosthesis treatment plan, hover over the missing tooth in the form information and click the Add Implant icon. If there are teeth that need to be extracted, left-click to mark a tooth for planned extraction. If you click on a tooth marked as planned extraction one more time, it will be changed and marked as planned prosthesis. If you turn off the auto simulation toggle in the scenario list, the selected scenario will not be simulated. If you click the plus button, you can add a new scenario. Previous scenario plan information will not be added, and you can create a brand new scenario. You can create up to 3 scenarios. If there is a tooth you want to exclude from the scenario, click the Manual Movement Only icon, then mark the tooth. This tooth will not be part of the teeth movement simulation. You can also change the scenario names if they have different treatment plans by clicking Rename, which is the pencil icon. When the scenario is finished, click Confirm at the bottom to move on to the next stage. The next stage is Simulation Preview. This stage generates and shows the expected simulation result compared to the original model. Choose the scenario from the scenario list. You can see the changed results for each scenario. You can also view the Bolton ratio for each of the scenarios. Easily preview the simulation from various angles using the side toolbar view options. You can also check by referring to the midline or the arch line. We will now move on to the next stage. The next stage is Advanced Adjustments. You can now move the Tooth Movement Controls box to the area most convenient for you, so it doesn't obstruct your view while working. Each movement control can also be accessed using the keyboard shortcuts. You can move the tooth one by one or move several teeth all together at the same time. If you move the tooth beyond its normal boundaries, it will be extracted. Click the Adjust Guidelines icon at the bottom to adjust the midline and arch line. Clicking Align to Guidelines will apply the changes you've made. There's also a Grid Settings feature where you can turn on Grid View. The IPR feature, Preview IPR, helps you simulate an interproximal reduction to help your patients visualize their transformation. Select one or more teeth and try out Selected Simulation to see the simulation preview for the selected tooth or teeth. You can export the current scenario to Medit Link. When you click the Export to Medit Link icon, you can name the file and choose from various export options. You can check the occlusion status by using the Show/Hide Occlusal Intersection feature. When this feature is turned on, you can simultaneously view the occlusion and move the tooth around. The next stage is Animation View. You can watch the teeth movement as an animation. You have the option to split the animation into several steps by adding pins. Press Enter when the animation is playing to create a pin, and right-click on the pin to delete it. You can also click Delete All Pins to delete all pins at once. You can also use Split Animation into steps to divide the animation into the number of steps you want. Similar to the previous stage, you can also export data here. This stage gives you an additional option to export just the selected steps. When you are all finished, click Complete to save and finish. Click the scenarios you'd like to save, then click Confirm. If you want to include patient information in the Medit Link report, click on the corresponding box. The selected scenario will be saved as images and video in the file viewer. Click on the edit icon to zoom, capture, or make drawings or writings on your report for consultations. You will be able to see the animated scenarios in the videos. All data in Medit Link's file viewer can be exported to a local PC. You can also share this via email or even text message. Not only does Ortho Simulation use data gathered from Medit scanners, but you can also use data from a variety of scanners by attaching them to Medit Link.